What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. $2 million approvals, and the number one reason for EIDL denials. It is Monday, October the 11th, 2021. Please do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and go find me over on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, username SmallBizInc, where I am still fighting to get you and your family the money that you deserve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where the hell have you been, Jason? I had a 72-hour bug, ladies and gentlemen. I got knocked on my ass. Wednesday night, I started to have a splitting headache. Then I had a mild fever and chills, and I thought, oh no, I'm double vaccinated. Is this the C word? I'm not sure if it was that or food poisoning because I did have sushi Wednesday afternoon. So whatever the hell it was, it made it so I couldn't get in front of the camera, but I was tweeting up a storm. So I'm going to summarize briefly what the hell's been going on Twitter. By the way, did you see the other two new stock picks to go with the ANY that just hit $8 a share? Who told you to buy it at 5.5? So ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Pull up a chair. Grab a gigantic bottle of water, ice cold beer, glass of wine. Here we go. Did anybody miss me? I had some asshole over on Twitter. Oh, I knew you were going to throw in the towel. I knew you were going to quit on us. No, I ain't going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. As I said last week, when it was time to turn the page, I'm still going to fight like hell to get middle and high income communities the $10,000 grant you were promised in the CARES Act. And at this time next year, I'm going to be swinging like a mofo to get the EIDL loan forgiven. They won't listen to us right now because the payments are not due. There's no incentive prior to the election next year for them to do anything. With that said, if you own a restaurant, there is a Restaurant Revitalization Act for $60 billion in the Senate. Jackie Rosen, of all people, co-sponsored it last week, which I announced on Twitter. I am very confident on or before the end of this year, if you own a restaurant or know someone that does, there's 177,000 people that got screwed out of money 6 months ago when it ran out. I'm very, very confident that you're going to have another chance to get funded in the next, let's call it 30 to 60 days. All right, what the hell is going on with these $2 million loan approvals without a loan officer ever calling the applicant? Folks, in the last 36 hours, I have gotten 3 people send me emails with screenshots and all that good stuff. By the way, Ryder over at Skip has another example that he just shared with you. They all got $2 million approvals. 2 of them last year got $500,000, which was the max. One guy got $400,000, so he got $1.6 million. The other 2 got $1.5. Only one of them heard from a loan officer. They got an automatic approval in the email last night and this morning. There was nobody that called them up. Anyone who's gotten an EIDL loan increase or an EIDL loan period in the last several months to a year, someone gets on the phone with you. Hi, I'm your loan officer. I need you to send me a 4506T or your driver's license or a resolution of the board or wherever it is that you're missing. But in 2 out of 3 cases, nobody called. They're giving away $2 million. Nobody called. And if that's not enough to get you juiced up, especially if you're still waiting in the queue for whatever reason, they had credit scores ranging from 615 to 695. Now, the minimum threshold is 570. They were 615 for these 3. It was 2 guys and a gal. 615 to 695. Only one guy had collateral. He owns a small carpentry shop in Maine. The other 2 didn't have any collateral. Now, they had savings when they put the assets and liabilities. They did put a SEP, which is an IRA for a business, and some cash that they had. But they had no buildings. And as I've said before, they're not asking for your personal real estate. So frankly, I'm fucking blown away by the fact that they're giving away $2 million loans without getting on the phone with 2/3 of our applicants. Now, if you have gotten anything north of $500,000 of EIDL loan increase, I need you to pipe up in the comments and tell us, what's your credit score if you don't mind sharing it? If you don't want to share that, that's okay. But did a loan officer call you? Do you own a building? I'm not talking about your personal home, but do you have any business collateral in the form of a building that you own? Because in just about in 2 of 3 cases, it seems to me the only thing they're looking at really is your gross revenue. Because the number one reason, as I said in the title of this video, that people are getting declined for over $500,000 is an inability to make repayments. And as I tweeted Friday and Saturday, I have called and emailed the SBA. I have 2 questions. What are your loan officers or whatever algorithm you're using to determine that I have an inability to make a repayment? Now, there's assets and liabilities, there's your collateral, there's the real estate page, there's Form 2202, which is your liabilities and do not include your home mortgage. What in the world is the SBA using in terms of a formula to determine those of you that are getting declined between $500,000 and $2 million an inability to pay? That's question number 1 we want an answer to. And question number 2, Miss Isabel Guzman, why is the SBA not offering a number that they are confident that we can make a repayment on? Because if you've seen the denial letters, as I have, it's the standard, these are tough times bullshit. That's paragraph 1. Then it says we've determined that you have an inability to make repayments on a $2 million loan, which is what somebody may have requested. Okay, my question is, what formula are you using to determine my inability to repay? We need to know that. And why in the world, in the same email preferably, are you not telling me, however, we are comfortable that you could make a repayment on $1.2 million. So, Miss Isabel Guzman, I've called, emailed, along with several other people, and Ryder over at Skip, if your source can tell us, what's the formula? And why in the world is the SBA not offering a number that they are comfortable of us making repayments? All right, quickly, if I'm you and you're going after more than $500,000 and you get declined for an inability to make repayments, step 1, get your loan officer on the phone if possible and ask them why is that. But the challenge we're having now is they're approving these loans and denying these loans without any phone calls, which is rather staggering if you ask me. So try to get a loan officer on the phone. If that fails, you're going to have to go through reconsideration. If it's me, I say, hi, SBA, you declined me for my $2 million EIDL loan increase. Therefore, I am lowering my request to $1.2 million. Based on my gross revenue of X, Y, and Z, and the fact that I have virtually no liabilities, I'm extremely confident in my ability to make repayments. Thank you very much for your consideration in this matter, Jason. That's what I would do. So one more time, if you get declined and you can't get a loan officer on the phone, I go into reconsideration, pdcrecons@sba.gov, and I ask for a lower amount because you can always get the rest of it up to 6 months later. All right, in the remaining time I have, trying to keep it under 10 minutes as we are now with these small biz reports, ladies and gentlemen, I need to hear from everybody in the comments. Did you miss me? No, that's not what I need to hear. I need to know who's out there that still hasn't been funded. The fact that 85 to 90%, and according to the SBA last week, there's only 300,000 people that are left to get funded. Some of those are in reconsideration and some are looking for between $500,000 and $2 million. So the reason why our views are literally down 90%, we used to get 50,000. Now we're down to 5. Max Maher hasn't done an EIDL video in 6 weeks. Dan and I allegedly stopped doing those months ago. He's got an amazing show. Did you see him touring the boulevard in California with the ship stuck offshore? That video got 600,000 views. My man is making some money not talking about EIDL. But if you're among the 10 or 15% that are still struggling to get your money, even if it's the grant, remind you, you have to be in a low-income community. On the 10 grand, you got to suffer a 30% loss. 50% economic loss to get the extra 5, but you do have an 80% chance to get that. But if you're among, I don't know, a few thousand people on this channel tops that are still struggling to get up to $500,000 because it's a different process than the folks that are looking for $2 million, tell me exactly what's going on in the comments. And until next time, in under 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope at least some of you missed me. I love each and every single one of you, and thanks so much for watching.